too much time on his hands. Got John at Electro Harmonix here. John, you guys have 3 new pedals we're going to talk about. The first one is the mono synth you were just playing. Tell us about it.
It's 11 different synth sounds, and you don't need any special gadgetry on your guitar to make them sound great. It's a monophonic synthesizer, so you play one note at a time, and it's got a huge sound. Each synth has its own preset, so you can choose to use that, or just what you see is what you get kind of thing. You can mix your dry signal in, or just have pure synth.
That was full wet just now, right?
Yeah, it was all synth. It's got a sensitivity knob to tailor it to your pickups, whether it's you're using active or passive. And it's got one control to adjust the certain parameter on each.
A single parameter for each one?
Yeah, and then you can hook up an expression pedal to it and get a different set of parameter, one other parameter to
cool.
adjust. Yeah.
What was the synth model that we heard coming in?
I think it was called like XOX.
You know what that is aiming for specifically?
No, I don't know what that means.
Should we try some others?
Yeah. So here's this one is called bass. So I'll play like some kind of, I'm going to try to be a little funky.
And speaking of bass, there is a bass version of this that is exactly the same except for the voicing for the input of the bass frequencies, right?
Well,
like
but it has different synth sounds in it. Okay. Yeah, so you could own both of them and get different synth sounds, but they are kind of tailored for the range of each instrument. So on if I was playing the bass one, I think if I started playing up here, it wouldn't track well. But if a bass player was playing the mono one, maybe down low, it wouldn't track that well. But they have different sounds, so it's almost worth having both of them.
So what was the one you were going to play next?
This one's called bass, so it's... That was it.
That's a lot of fun.
Wonder one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Any others you want to show us? This thing is a lot of fun.
I might as well, worked it out at home. I might as well show it, right?
So we're on. Larry was saying you got before we roll in. Larry DeMarco was saying, John, you have 4 riffs. I was like, wow, he's got to have more than that in his repertoire. But I think that's up to 2 or 3 riffs out of your repertoire.
I got 2 more to show you. Okay. These are the only riffs I know. This one's an obscure one. Do you recognize it?
I'm not placing it.
Oh, good. Yeah, it's by a very, very famous band that everyone loves.
Well, I'm an idiot. I guess you're just trying to get me back and embarrass me.
It's a very obscure, and yeah.
Who is it?
It's
come on, don't be shy.
Black Sabbath.
What was it?
I forget the name of the song.
Shut the
I do, but I think it was on like Technical Sabbath Bloody Sabbath is the record it's on.
Okay. This video is falling apart, guys. We better go to the next song.
I forget what it's called. Anyway, you'll know this one. Do you recognize that one? Name that.
I recognize it, but I can't name it. It's NAMM, man. My brain's fried. What?
Frankenstein. Edgar.
Gotcha. I'll admit, I didn't own any Edgar Winter albums or anything.
That's cool. It's cool.
So, sorry.
No, it's all right.
You're shaming me now.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
Can we move on?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So we've got a whole bunch. There's what would it be? 7 more synth sounds in there, but we could move on to So there's 11 total. I showed you 4.
Cool.
That's all you get.
You're gonna have to reuse those riffs for the Attack Decay, though, right?
No. The Attack Decay is more freeform, which is great. So let's.
It's basically a reimagining of a pedal that came out in the '80s, right?
Yeah. It's called the Attack Decay Tape Reverse Simulator. So this is a reinvention of it. And it's like volume swell, so you can control the attack of it and the decay of it. So you can get bowed sounds, ebow sounds.
For a second, I thought you said boat sounds like killer, like an outboard motor, or.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, we're not that advanced. But let's play it. Just the attack there. So that's one way you can use it. It also has kind of a distortion unit in there, so this gives you more of the kind of violin.
Is it like an op-amp circuit or something?
I don't really know what circuit's in there, but it's called Harmonix, and it's kind of
warms it up a little bit.
Yeah,
like there's some.
It's kind of like what the original had, except for now we have full. The original just had a harmonics thing that you put on, and it was just kind of a fuzz thing. This now we have like the level of fuzz, the tone, and the volume of it. So.
What are all these other knobs for?
Well, we've got different modes. So let me turn off the harmonics and get back to our clean. So that's, you hear just a volume swell. Now we could put all attack and maybe put decay really fast, and we get kind of like a banjo or something. You know, that kind of stuff. Then we have a poly mode, which is really nice. So poly mode is without poly mode, it re-triggers every time. And poly mode, you'll hear that.
It's more organ-like.
Yeah, and it's really pretty, really musical.
Cool. Now the blend knob, you have it set all the way.
Yeah,
that's just a wet dry, or.
Yeah, So basically, I want to show the maximum effect of it.
So you could make it a more subtle background effect with what you're actually playing coming through stronger.
Yep, absolutely.
Dry form.
And then you can save. Say you dial in something it's perfect for your song. You can save it as a preset. So we've got 3 presets.
Cool. Anything else you want to tell us about that, or should we move on to this big ass thing?
Yeah, so this the Super Switcher. So Super Switcher is designed to alleviate tap dancing on your huge pedal board, which is filled with Electro Harmonix pedals. And basically, it's 8 effects loops, 16 banks with 8 presets for each bank, so you have 128 presets that you want. And it also auto saves, so once you figure out your combination, you don't have to hit save or anything like that. It's right there. It's true bypass. It's all mechanical relays, and it has the ability to do instant access mode, which I'm in right now. And I will go to a thing I already preset. It's got a boost mode, it's got tap, so I can hook up the tap to my delay. I can hook up a momentary switch that I have hooked up to the Ocean's 11 for reverb, and also has one little setting where you can always have a pedal just inserted in, which is the, I have the Super Ego, so that's kind of always on, even though the pedal itself isn't on, but I could just turn it on and it'll work. But anyway, so I'll just play some stuff. So in channel 1, I kind of set up a... So I'll just play a little things, and this would be impossible to do if you didn't have it. So. So basically, I did different combinations, but pretty quickly. So you'd be constantly doing that without it. So, and to set it up is really easy. I'll just go to a different thing. So I'll go to 4. I don't know what's on 4, but see number 1. So let's say I want the flat iron fuzz is in loop 5. So I'm just going to press 5, and then maybe I'll put some delay on it. So delay's in 7. So there we got, that. 2, we'll put say a mellotron and a big muff. So big muff is number 6. Oh, that's going to sound interesting. Well, let's not do that. Let's do the pitchfork. So pitchfork's in 3 and a big muff. So I have the pitchfork on kind of a chorus sound, but it auto-saved the setting I set up in 1. And then it just auto-save that. So I can just keep on going and just kind of just randomly just put on whatever I want. And then put that, and then do that. We'll do that. And we'll see what we got. Oh yeah, then we didn't do those. But yeah, so it's really easy.
Mad scientist.
Yeah.
How many banks again?
16 banks. So 16 banks and 8 presets for each one.
And what are the output options in it? Some switchers are pretty advanced with multi-amp things, or is this more of a mono affair?
Oh yeah. 7 and 8 are stereo. And I think there's a way you can set it up so you can use 2 amps and kind of do some kind of cool stuff like that. It's also good if you want to put some things through the effects loop. You can just kind of send and return and put them in your effects loop, and it's real neat, and not cables everywhere. And it's pretty simple, send and return. You hook it up to the pedal and you're done. No special things. And it also has a boost feature, which is great. So there's a boost right at the end of it. So if you want to just take a solo on a certain sound.
And it's adjustable boost right there.
Yeah, and it's adjustable. And it'll save. It won't save the level of it, but it'll save if it's on or off.
Okay.
So if I do that and I have the boost on, when I go, see the boost turned off and then turned back on. Okay. So that's kind of nice.
How much of a boost? How many dBs or?
No, I don't, but it's pretty loud. We can just test it out if you want, but no.
That's all right.
Yeah.
It's probably 400 dBs, right?
No, 350.
How much is it going for?
$399, I believe.
$399?
Yeah.
Cool. Do you want to tell people where to go online to find out about these and all the other stuff you guys got going?
Yeah, you can go to www.ehx.com. Dot. There's a dot in there.
Something
some dots in there.
Yeah. Don't forget the www though.
Yeah, the www. Don't put 4.
HTTPS
yes.
colon
/
/
exactly.
All right, guys. Sean for PremierGuitar.com. Thanks, Sean, for joining us. Later.